Talking field hockey today with St. Michael's goalkeeper Joelle Cameron, who is top five all time right now in single season saves in NCAA Division II history. Joelle, it's been a heck of a year that you've had. Tell me what it's been like to be Joelle Cameron this fall.
It's been a bit hectic, but I'm definitely been a roller coaster of a season, and I think it's just been fun, at least playing field hockey with my team and just getting a bunch of shots, shots on net. But I'm just doing what a goalkeeper loves to do.
I was gonna say, I feel like there's two ways to view being a goalie, right? Like if I'm not doing a lot, that's great, but also like I want to play. Like, is there a piece of you that's thinking like this is great?
Yeah, it's like weird not getting like shots on goal sometimes. Like during a quarter or something, it feels wrong, but I definitely have like a little adrenaline rush every time. I can't lie.
The biggest thing that I think stands out about what you've done this year is not just the sheer number of saves, but it's the percentage at which you've saved shots, because I think that's what people look at as well, is how efficient are you being with it. You're fifth in the country in save percentage. So walk me through what it's been like to be in your shoes. Like, what do you see? Why are you as efficient as you are at getting in front of the ball?
I think at least at practice, I like practice how I play, and I definitely get really aggressive and competitive at least. But I think that definitely carries over into games, and I have like a Jenny scratch and I like just have to like save every ball. Like whenever I see a ball, I like have to save it like a dog. But I think definitely just a bit of, like competitive side of me needs to play it out, whatever it is for a game. But
What's
yeah.
it feel like when you make a couple in a row? Like when a team gets a flurry at you and you're standing tall, how does that feel?
Um, Again, definitely adrenaline rush. I think once I like have like a good like little repeat of saves, like a good rally, like I'm like fired up and it just keeps on going. Like there's a fire set underneath me after that and it just keeps on going.
Why do you play goalie? Like what do you like about being in that position?
So I actually decided to become a goalie because I had asthma in high school. I still do, but I couldn't run the mile test. I never really knew how to run at first, but they were just like, "Oh, you want to try goalie like every other goalie?" And I turned out like really liking it. Started playing club and I actually learned like the dynamics of being like a goalkeeper. And I think since then, like it's just come naturally to me. I did karate when I was younger, so like I did like splits and stuff and kicks, so carried over I think into goalkeeping definitely.
I was
But
gonna say, do those
yeah,
things connect? Like, do you find yourself in cage,
yeah,
going back to those skills?
yep, definitely. Every now and then I'll do like a split save, and I'm like, there goes that black belt in karate.
Are you a black
Came
belt?
for, yeah, I was a black belt, samurai sword and everything.
Like you have a samurai sword?
Yeah, it's like really dull, but it's samurai sword.
Do
I'll
you tell
flex it.
do you tell your teammates you're a black belt?
Every now and then, like I'll get like a good like kick and be like, oh, that's that comes from somewhere. I'll remind them every now and then.
What was it about goalkeeping that you took to? Like when you got into that position, why did it click for you?
Um, I'm not really sure. I think I struggle with like communication on the field and a couple of my coaches like was telling me that and I think once I like figured out like the balance of like it's just more than kicking a ball. It's like communicating, working together, organizing. I think that's kind of where it clicked for me and I really enjoyed it and just like finding my voice on the field and also like skills coming along with that. But yeah, I think like once the dynamics of like diving and like all these other elements came into play for me, I really started enjoying it. It was like a challenge.
How has it helped you as a goalie kind of come into your own a little bit, especially because I look at like your ascent at St. Michael's, didn't play your freshman year because of an injury, two games as a sophomore, in a backup capacity, and then you're named an assistant captain as a junior. So obviously your teammates looked at you, having not a ton of experience on the field at St. Mike's, as somebody that was a leader, and now you're a captain this year. Um, how did being a goaltender help bring out that confidence and help you develop your voice?
Yeah, I think at least for a while, like I had a lot of patience, especially in high school. I never played until like same thing, like junior, senior year. So I definitely had a lot of patience, but I definitely played a role in practices and like trying to bring up the energy. And I thank my like upperclassmen for that too. Like they helped me find my voice as well and being a leader and other people I think looked up to me and like asking for advice. And this year I knew like I really had to step up. We lost a lot of seniors last year. But I think it came easily like trying to be like a leader for my team along with the other captains and how we can like support each other after like such a big loss of seniors.
You have two games this year in particular that stand out above the rest. You tied the NCAA record for single game saves, and then you broke that record later in the season. But I want to tie that into your extracurriculars off the field because I heard a story. You are part of the fire and rescue squad at St. Mike's, and I heard a story that the day before, I think you tied the record the first time, you were on duty at fire and rescue. Is
Yeah.
that true?
Yeah, I got 4 hours of sleep. I had to skip my first class because I was not functioning. But me and my friend Chris, he's on rescue, we were saying how it's kind of like superstition. Like every now and then, if we work like a shift before, it's gonna be a really good game the day after. But yeah, I don't know how I did that, but 4 hours of sleep and a broken record.
Tell me more about that. Like, so what does a shift look like? What time did you get off shift? Give me the
Yeah.
backstory there.
So I actually was covering a shift for someone, and it was like a 6 a.m. to 6 a.m., a 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. shift. And we got three back-to-back calls that night. And I don't think one of them was like a 2 hour long call for like a patient move. And I didn't go to bed until we didn't get back to the station until 4 a.m. So, and I had like a 9:45 class, but I had to leave the station at 6 to go home and like get ready and for my class, do my homework and all that stuff, and like fill out all the work I had to do for that call. So it was a busy busy night, but it happens.
So on duty until 6 a.m., set the NCAA saves record later that day.
Yep, exactly.
What were you running on in that game? Like, when did the adrenaline and
I
or caffeine kick in?
I have no idea. I have no idea where it came from. I was surprised myself. I think I needed like a couple like fruit snacks during that game or like pretzels. I went over to like the trainer. I'm like, "Do you have any food? Like I'm running on E. Like I need a little something." So maybe pretzels. That
Tell
must have
me,
been
tell
the
me.
key.
Tell me about fire and rescue though. Why do you do it? What's the part that it plays in who Joelle Cameron is as a complete student up at St. Mike's?
Yeah, so I want to go to PA school hopefully after college, but we have an EMT program at our school, and like being an EMT is like the best way to get patient hours for PA school. So the more hours you get, the better. But did EMT class last spring, ran this entire summer, stayed at St. Mike's doing that. So since then, I've been um, balancing like school, field hockey, and rescue. And I really like it. It's good for like working with other people, like dynamics. And I love it because I get to like learn something new every day, get to talk to people. And it's a really fun experience. And you make a lot of good memories, some of them funny from calls, but yeah, it's a good experience, I think.
What's like the jurisdiction that you guys have? Like, are you fire and rescue for campus? Are you fire and rescue for this
Oh.
town of Colchester? Like, what kind of calls are you going on?
So, we do campus calls, but we mainly do outside of campus calls. So, like Colchester, Essex, Williston, Milton. So we have like a matrix of like who gets the first call on what location, and then we'll do mutual aid for like other agencies as well. So we'll kind of go anywhere, depending on how far in the matrix that call goes to. And then it's just like any other fire and rescue station where like transport patient, treat them, and then bring them to the hospital and just like repeat, rewind. And we'll work with like the fire guys on our station, like fire for other stations as well, to like transport people. So it's really cool.
I was gonna say, what's that like? Like, are because you're interacting, I would imagine, with like full-time fire and rescue people as well, and it just puts you in the line of like, hey, here's what you guys want to do for a living, go do it and get your hands kind of dirty during college.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of the alumni actually work on some of the other stations around the area. So we'll interact with them and then they'll also run with us as well. But it's very definitely your hands get dirty, hands-on type of work that we do. But it's crazy experience, but it's definitely worthwhile, and I think you gain a lot from it.
Is that something you knew you wanted to do going to St. Mike's, or is that something you discovered once you were in college?
No, it's like a like kind of like a forbidding thing to do rescue and also play sports because like you're here for school sports and rescue is also like an add-on to that too, but it's time consuming. But I think I wish I joined it earlier, but I'm also glad that like I'm doing it now. And I got like the experience from college at like a young age, and like now it's kind of like I'm maturing. I have to get deal with the schedule, and it's probably easier to deal with now than it was then. But I think it's definitely something that like challenges you, but also it's good for the long run.
Why St. Mike's? What ultimately was the thing that brought you up to Colchester?
One of my club teammates, Mia, she committed to St. Michael's College. And I got like a volunteering book award at my school. So I had like two ties to the school, but I didn't really know what St. Michael's was originally because I'm from like Massachusetts. But I visited the school, talked to Coach Carla, and it was definitely a beautiful campus, and everybody here is so friendly. Like everyone will also always say, like, no matter who the person is, they'll always like open a door for you or hold the door for you. And it's a good saying to like describe the campus. Everyone's friendly, outdoors, very granola, but also just such a good like energy to this campus, and I really love it. And it's definitely a sense of like community and family here.
Let me bring it back to field hockey at the end here. You are on pace to be the all-time saves leader in the history of field hockey in the NCAA. What is that like? What would that feel like if that came to pass at the end of the season?
I don't think I know what to do with that. I think I'd be like shocked, like, what does this even mean? But I think it'd be definitely a crazy thing, especially knowing that I've only played like a year and a half basically for games. But it's definitely would be an honor, and playing doing that like with this team would also be an honor too. So repping St. Mike's well, I guess.
Joelle, congratulations on the success so far, the way you've repped St. Mike's, and best of luck balancing the fire and rescue and having some great games after it going forward.
Thank you. I appreciate it.